Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again.
It's your man, I Make Mad Beats, live from outer space in Unapologetic Studio. Today is another episode of Tight Beat, Producer Podcast, live from outer space. Behind me is my cast.
LJ1S, what up, what up?
C Major.
Unique?
Sunglasses Kid.
Sunglasses Kid is in the building. That means he's going to be kind of outrageously calm and collected. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see about that.
We got to, you know what I
C
mean?
Mage is known for challenging and bringing the worst out of Kid, man. So we going to see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Bringing the worst out of niggas. It's crazy.
Since for mad years, bro. For mad years. What we talking about?
Man, so we got, this is interesting. As a producer, what's your worst nightmare? And I've seen something, I'm gonna salute producer culture. They made a post, and it was basically an artist blaming producers for the same sound that's coming out every day, all day on, mainstream underground. Like, they're getting tired of it, and they said it's your producer's fault. So I already know how that's gonna go. But yeah, and of course, I think the obvious, the J. Cole, the response, finally, one of the two responded. So yeah, but we'll come back to that. I feel like that's gonna take up a lot of time. As a producer, what's your worst nightmare?
Damn.
Bro.
Worst nightmare?
I've actually dreamt about multiple times about losing my hands.
About what?
Losing my hands.
Oh, yeah. That's a real one.
Like, I feel like a nigga has not been stretching enough to really just get on to like doing everything with the feet type situation. So I feel like it's gonna be.
So hold on. So because of that, because of my not preparing with my feet, now that's why that's my worst nightmare. If I did my due diligence with my feet, I wouldn't even really be worried.
If I was ready, you know what I mean? Like,
My immediately said, my feet ain't ready for it.
So that's why it's the worst nightmare.
you know what I'm saying? Niggas should have been prepared. Supposed to have been doing what I was supposed to do all these years, and now I'm at risk. I'm at risk.
No hands and no beats. Where the beats at, nigga?
Yeah.
No hands, no feet.
But yeah, I've definitely thought about like what it would be like to even lose like some fingers. I feel like fingers are easier to like kind of get over, but like just loss of full like appendages type situation always just seems to like it's a real anxiety that just pops up every once in a while.
Yeah, I've low key like lived my partially because like when I ended up getting COVID, it was weird, but like my hearing started fucking up. Like I woke up and like I couldn't hear shit for like a good like I couldn't hear shit at all for like a good 5 to 10 minutes, and I was like freaking the fuck out. But like I didn't say anything. I'm just sitting there like, bro, what the fuck is happening? My hearing, it came back. I don't know what the fuck it was, but like it took a minute for it to get back to like 100%.
It was super high, bro. That's
Nah, bro. I woke up and that shit was like, nigga, I panicked. I panicked, bro. So like,
hold on real quick. I'm just noticing something. For some reason, this video is titled with the previous week's title, even though I clearly changed it. So, if you're watching right now, we are not talking about whatever it's saying we talking about. We talking about, LJ, one more time.
talking about producers' nightmares.
Yeah.
Is your producer the reason for the sound currently? And J. Cole, the response.
All right. Big shout out to my man, Austin Michael. Man, hit them push buttons with the wrist, dog. Damn.
Yes, sir.
Hey, oh,
You
right,
might
that's
be,
what I was
be
at.
bumping his head without the nigga just hitting.
Yeah, bro.
You might be bumping his mud, bro.
I don't know. Well, I gotta figure something
Your
out.
brand definitely gonna turn up.
Now with them little ass able to
That's
push
what I was
buttons.
just saying. The button's not really. Button's not really set up for that. That's set up for niggas that got fingers. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Every
but
drum.
now it makes sense why you went to your feet. You think of your toes because you gotta, you know. with
That's
the
what I'm
able to
saying.
Push, you need, yeah.
And I should have been, and I'm not prepared. Like nigga really need to work on his
You
mobility.
just got a hella like layer to kick. Now you hitting all of them bitches. You got 5 kicks, hitting all of them motherfuckers. You hit like one section is just all snares.
Bro, you better hope they coming on the right
They,
time.
they
and
about to be
everything.
like, man, he really knows how to lay a drum.
Man, the timing is so crazy on these drums.
Oh my shit's gonna smack, bro.
Heck, bro. 30 snares here, 30 kicks.
They just group like E16 is.
it makes one.
It's all the one same kick.
Different textures, you know what I'm saying? Filter some on.
I guess what we're really saying is you ready to adapt, man.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
That's
yeah. So I guess we got to figure out. I might could do like a chin jet. You know, like one of.
Bro, what?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Bro, doing a drum pattern with your chin. He's the most Diddy shit.
Nah, what's
I'm out. Yeah, I got
some
it.
Swiss Beast type junk.
Yeah, for real. Swiss dead. He did that shit,
At
right?
the battle with
Yeah, that nigga.
That shit crazy, bro.
That nigga did that. And Busta Rhymes was freaking out like this shit was hard. That shit was not hard, bro. Busta Rhymes was going crazy.
This nigga playing
his chain.
Bro, what?
But I Slick might be a Swiss fan. We could talk about that at the time. Kids had kind of showed me some shit that I Slick might fuck with that nigga more than I thought I did. But
With Swiss?
yeah, bro, this nigga got some shit, bro. We gotta talk. That gotta be there. We gotta talk about this nigga got some shit, bro. I was super hating on Swiss. That nigga got some shit though.
Shit. Okay. I'm interested.
What's your worst nightmare, my nigga?
My worst nightmare, nigga, y'all went deep as hell, nigga. I'm thinking of losing files and shit. Y'all talking about losing limbs. I'm talking about my hard drive crashing, nigga. And I ain't got no backup. That's my worst nightmare, nigga. Being in the session and I can't think. I don't know shit. No, my worst nightmare is probably like my shit crashing or something. My laptop crashing and my hard drive, and I ain't got no backup. And I feel like you lived through that.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So I guess that ain't your you done defeated that already.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
I don't know what I do though, bro.
I guess my worst fear would be me going brain dead, pretty much, and for
My
real.
worst nightmare is me being in a coma. That's crazy.
Then I wouldn't be able to make beats.
Fuck living life. I feel that, bro.
Yo, if I can't think, how am I choose the right snare?
How fucks with that though? That's
Like,
He's got whole kids. Like, yo,
yo.
I wouldn't be able to come up with the right chord progression.
I was in a coma, bro. I can't even use stems like that after that.
Crazy. Damn.
But yeah.
That's crazy.
What's y'all worst nightmare apart from losing like normal bodily function? Maybe we scale it back. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's really going to affect a lot of things. That's more important than making beats.
Might have said, never seen Maestro with the shades on. Yeah, welcome to Sunglasses Kid, man. He a different dude.
Hello.
Bro. He a different person. All right, so what was that stipulation you added?
Yeah. Okay. So let's just change it to outside of normal bodily functions. What's your worst? The loss of them, or the impairment of them. What's your worst nightmare as a producer?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So going brain dead is no longer valid.
You gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill, man.
I'm like, damn.
Hold on, I'm trying to think. What is mine, man?
Oh
I don't
man.
know, man. You know, it's funny. Like, honestly, probably just my studio getting broken into. You know what I'm saying? Like, just all my shit robbed. That's probably it. You know what I'm saying?
That's yeah. Or like I think about maybe like a flood or a fire or something like
Yeah,
that.
natural
Flood, I
disaster.
think it was the RZA. That
Yeah,
scene.
the flood, yeah.
Ooh.
Flood changed the game.
Damn.
Hip hop history probably would have been different without that flood. Same thing with the one that hit Q-Tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, the house next to us caught on fire. I lived in like a townhouse, so it wasn't the house that was directly attached to us, but it was like the next like unit over caught fire, and we obviously had to, like, the police came knocking and we had to evacuate. And I definitely remember like thinking like, dang, I gotta grab my beat machine.
these folks fuck up my beats.
Well, it was just my means to make beats. Like, I was like, man, I gotta make sure I got my laptop. And I definitely think about that, like, you know, because I've been traveling a lot the last couple of years, and they always say if the plane has to land like an emergency landing, yeah, leave your stuff.
Bro,
and I'd be like, nope,
I was thinking
my
something.
shit is going on my bag.
Facts.
Like, I'll just take the chance,
Facts.
like, and we'll just try to swim this joint out. But just leaving it, like,
Happened, bro.
yeah,
I'm dying with the laptop.
Bro.
okay, that's
Okay.
that's
All right, now, hold on.
Now I'm trying with that.
Wait a minute, buddy.
We ain't standing on there. I'm standing on there. Yeah, with that motherfucker.
No, low key, like you saying that just.
If I gotta go out.
I need to get a waterproof case or a bag or something, bro. Like, for real, like, I'm just thinking about that because I was just on the flight and, you know, they made that same statement. I'm like, bro, I'm not leaving my bag on this plane. But now I'm like, if we dive in some water, I might need to.
But yeah, and that's crazy, like, you know, and I'm not saying it's bad or good, but just like we're imagining life-threatening situations, and that be like what we think about, like, man, I got to make sure I got the laptop because, you know what I'm saying? Because how I rationalize it is if I lose everything, I might make something that can help me get this all back. But if I lose everything and the means to make that thing, like, it just feels so hopeless, like, in my mind.
Yeah, no, that's why, you know, I feel like everything I've gotten, I can get again, or, you know, not get again and still be just as, I mean, in terms of like my drums, my sounds, my instruments, all of that. But like, you know, I tailor my sound to be my sound using a handful of things. And that's the thing where it's like, I just couldn't imagine, like, I mean, if I lost him, I would just get him again. But you're asking me what's my worst nightmare, you know what I'm saying? And it would be having to, like, you know, another $30,000, like, gone to just, you know what I'm saying?
And his stories with each one of these
Man,
beats.
don't get me started, bro.
Yeah. You directly funded it. This wasn't no, like, like you always say, like I remember the song or the mixes I had to do to get this manly, to get this. Like, and so even getting new judges, just like you be looking at the judge like, nigga, this ain't this ain't the one though. Like,
Nah, this is the one that like, yeah, that's the thing is I know, I'm glad you took that bodily function John off the table because I was gonna go somewhere else, but yeah, man, you know, like everything I use to make beats, whether I use it daily or use it weekly or monthly, like I just have such a personal connection to it, all, you know, so that's why it would be. It's like losing, you know, I don't know, like a family heirloom or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like you drop a family member's ashes or something like that. It was like that kind of devastation to the point you don't even be thinking about your own personal safety. You have folks ready like, yo, stop, you know what I'm saying, niggas try to rob me, you thinking you can like withstand this nigga bullet, you know what I'm saying, to stand your ground type shit, you know, like it just have you go into some places. So
man, I say, an alternate for me, and what used to be a big fear of mine is like them producer publishing deals that I be hearing like producers talk about, like Hit Boy. I feel like Hit Boy was still in his joint type shit, or maybe he just got out of it. But it's like one of them deals where you gotta like do a certain amount of, you know, hit or top 100 records or whatever. But you gotta be like your points gotta match up. Like you gotta be. It's not like that you did the record and then 4 other niggas did it. It's like you gotta be the sole producer of like this many gold records or some shit.
This shit's crazy.
And so he'd be rapping about this shit all the time. But he be saying like he worst publishing deal of all time because he done did all this shit, but his points still ain't matched up to get out of his deal. And so
That's wild.
The crazy shit that he doing, some publishing company still snatching however much he agreed to off the top of that shit. Like,
Fuck that.
which is why I feel like that's a nightmare for real. Like,
That's definitely a nightmare. Like, I think about like, you know, I mean, I don't know how this would apply to a producer, but like what Prince went through, right? Where this man essentially was like, fuck music for some years, you know what I'm saying? Just to dodge, you know, the label intricacies, and then had to like lose his whole identity or create a whole other different name and brand, you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't imagine like not being able to say like, I make mad beats.
and
You know what I'm
somebody
saying?
else owning that shit is wild,
That's
man.
crazy.
Eating off that shit,
I
like,
couldn't. That's
I
wild.
remember when they was talking about that shit was wild. Like I was like, what the fuck? How is a company able to take the name that you made a living off of?
That's. I mean that was the thing to do. Like, that wasn't like just his label. Like that, most labels were doing that. You know, they owned your likeness. You know?
dang, likeness.
Like,
That's
I feel like I got to read up on that. Like, what is likeness, and when do you get access to your own? You know what I'm saying? Like, when does it become like a thing to protect, and how to even protect it?
yeah. Wow.
damn, that made me think. So my alternate nightmare would be like, and I've witnessed this a lot just throughout my path, is like losing my passion for music, but more so losing it due to life itself. Like to be around certain people or go through certain things, and that be the thing that makes you like, you know what, it's not worth it.
I feel that.
I think that for me, like, you know, of course we grow, and sometimes we grow out of things. So being able to make that decision, like, you know, this music shit isn't for me anymore, I don't feel the same. That's one thing, cool, because it happens. But to still love it and have to decide like this isn't for me because of some other event or circumstances, like,
Yeah.
I think that would be a nightmare for me, man.
I'm like, I don't want to go there. Yeah, no, I wasn't finna say no ass shit, but I don't want to go where I was about to go. We can.
Yeah, I've also thought about like World War, like where like, you know, like some of the unfortunate situations in other places of the world where like, you know, bro, nobody's streaming no song, nobody booking no studio. You know what I'm saying? Like
Some of that
where,
type shit.
yeah, where it's like really just this whole part of society just is no longer like operating. You know what I mean? Because even during the pandemic, you know what I'm saying, like it was just quarantine. It didn't really stop artistic expression or the sharing, the need for it, or the exchange of it. But just like something like that where it's like, it's just straight survive. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not like going to be a thing anymore for a while. Like that's.
Yeah, that's like,
I went through something like that. It was called the recession.
Damn.
Bruh, like that was a huge difference between the pandemic and just a global recession. Like it had been, even the pandemic was never going to be as bad as that because the global recession was just a few years ago, you know. But when that hit in 2009, like that's exactly what happened. Was, you know, I'm in New York. My whole existence in New York is making music. You know what I'm saying? It's working at a studio. Like that's my whole livelihood. And people just stopped booking sessions. People stopped making music. I always tell people the entertainment biz was the first thing to go. You know, people stopped investing in that stuff. And a guy like me who had spent 2 decades refining his craft was just seemingly not valuable. And it was just like, I remember me and Midas just going through like a dark age of like, we even made this song called Worthless because we felt worthless because the world did not care about nobody making no music.
That's real.
When people were struggling to survive.
Yeah, in that time, like in the middle of it, were you thinking this is the recession, or were you thinking, damn, I just ain't got it no more, or like were you directly like understanding like this is not me, this is?
Nah. I had to be squarely out of it. It was like 2011 before I even opened the door to not blaming myself for what I went through. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting there thinking like, man, I messed this up. I didn't plan for that. I failed. I made the wrong bet. And then a couple years later, I was just like, bro, most of the world
was fucked up.
You know, I was wild. What kind of ego is that? For me to think that I could somehow have escaped this, you know. And you know, I definitely was blaming myself. Yeah.
that's real.
Hey, you made it through. What's up? I guess that's the survival of both our nightmares of like it being an external factor, being like because I'm pretty sure a lot of people just didn't do music no more.
That's what I was about to say. I stopped myself from saying that. It was like, I know a lot of people who didn't recover from that.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, they recovered. They financially recovered. They're okay, right? But they stopped chasing chasing your dream became too scary. Because of the recession. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people suffered that in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of people were chasing their dream, and post-pandemic, you know what? I'm just going to get a job. I'm just going to, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even like I'm just going to get a job and I'm going to find a way to use that to fund my eventual, you know, going to where I want to go. It's just like, nah, we just over here now.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't go through another, you know, uncertainty. You know what I'm saying?
I get it though. Like them L's, they hurt. They hurt. When you really go through it, they hurt. But it's like, you know, and I know a lot of people can attest to this. Like for me, I don't have kids. I don't have any, like, so for me, man, for a lot of my career, like music was the reason I was still here. You know, so to go through something to where someone else, you know, another outside of yourself stops you from making, like from creating, from going after what you feel you're here for, like, bro, to me, like that's the worst. Like just on some, as a human, I feel like the human experience in itself, I feel like that's part of it. You know, I guess I live for the purpose. So within me, that's what I feel like. That's what you're here for. And for an outside source to be like, you know, stop you from that, it's like, damn, you know, what else do you have? Gratefully, hopefully, you know, most situations that I've at least heard people talk about them type of situations, they've had families, they've had kids or whatever. So like, you know, they found purpose elsewhere. But I don't know. For me, I just couldn't imagine that.
Has a relationship Has a relationship ever stopped any of you guys from like pursuing like your career as a producer / engineer?
Man, I can't wait to answer this. Y'all want to go ahead, or you want me to?
You got it. Go ahead.
Fuck no.
I was gonna say.
Ever.
And period.
Never, ever, ever, ever.
Yeah, I'm good.
Never.
Yes. As soon as I see any sign of that, all right, holla at you. I'm straight.
I have not had that experience.
Me neither. I
It-
was just asking.
It does provide challenges though. Like nothing will ever stop me. But relationships do provide challenges that are like interesting to figure out and maneuver through. But stop.
Yeah, I can't.
No.
Nah, niggas agree. I mean, I think it's impossible for it to not be tricky at all. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to climb such a tall tree and maintain a relationship, it definitely has its ups and downs, lefts and rights. But nah, I ain't never been. That old stop word, hell no.
That's crazy.
Hell nah. What relationship? Man, that's gonna get erased from my mind.
Facts.
My answer is gonna be no regardless, because even if that happened, I'm Men in Black and that joint out of my
Over
mind.
with.
That's a wrap.
I
Like,
I remember you
Yeah.
exist, bro. Like,
nah, that's a wrap.
No, that's
yeah, I'm good on that.
That is a wrap.
Man. All right, I guess we move on to the next topic. The current state of music, the sound, the sonic bedspread that we all create as producers for artists to create their moments, their memories, tell their stories. Do you feel currently now like producers are the reason that everything sounds the same?
I saw that post,
Yeah.
and
Most of that.
It was I believe it was an interview, but a producer culture, they posted it. It was an artist in UK that was talking about just the sound of drill and how like it's declining because of all these producers producing. Well, he said basically everyone's making the same shit, and he spoke on the fact that there's no real producers anymore. They're all beat makers. And from his perspective, I understand what he's saying, but just as a producer, beat maker, whatever, like, do you feel it's the producer's fault, so to speak?
Is beat maker's fault or producer's fault?
Yeah, for the
but he was basically saying that the main thing was that everything sounds the same.
Yeah.
Like nobody was, like nobody's providing anything new.
Hey, real quick, before we hop into that, we got a comment. Nubia says, it's difficult sometimes maintaining relationships while also being as obsessed with this as you have to be.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's facts. That's ultimate facts, you know what I'm saying? But that's a difficulty I'm 1,000% gonna realize is realistic and
Easy.
consider. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Yeah. It's just that word, stop, that immediately made me
Yeah.
think about pulling out a gun. Like, you know what I'm saying?
facts.
I mean, because what is the relationship? If you stop, like you're not happy. You're not a fulfilled person that has their own
Turn into a
things.
completely different-
Look,
Like,
that's
why
a-
would you want to be with a person
It's-
that would be willing to give up a part of themselves that's so important? You know what I'm saying?
Seen
I've seen somebody
me too, bro.
stop. That's why I asked.
Oh
that
my
question.
God, like-
I was like, why? Like, why would you stop pursuing what you know you go hard at? You know what I'm saying?
It ain't even that. Like, I've seen so many situations like this, but a few of them were like really like, nigga, how could you even have the audacity to put somebody through that and then feel they should alter their life for you, And in those situations, I'm looking at the artist like, you really gonna sit and go through that and be okay with, like, it's just a thing for me, especially when it comes from someone who says they're so passionate about this. Someone, being that I myself, I'm extremely passionate about this music, and I'm surrounded by niggas who are passionate about this. So to hear people say these things but show otherwise, it bothers me, and especially when I see the will, I see the talent, or whatever. But it's like I can't put you through it,
Yeah.
And for you to accept whatever you're dealing with and just lie down, it's like,
Yeah, it seems very like simple, but and I'm not even arguing that this would change anything, but something I'm trying to consider is, would that change if like a person was in a relationship before they realized, I'm going to pursue this music thing, right? And then it became a strain on the relationship that they were already in. Because I know we're coming at it from perspective. Before we met anybody that we would be involved in, this was like a full force in our life. You know what I mean? For people who where it's like maybe not that, like where they were, you know what I'm saying? Like the person that the other person met wasn't, you know what I'm saying, pursuing music like that. They were pursuing them or whatever, it was, and then something changed. Like,
I could definitely see that, especially now, because the ability to create is everywhere. Is very available. So I can definitely see that being a thing. I think we see that more so now, especially when you hear artists like, I just started making music like 3 months ago, and I'm
Or I mean, like if you think about people who like, I want to, you think I want to start a job? I mean, start a business and quit my job and try this out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that wasn't the arrangement, or the lifestyle that somebody else kind of bought into when they met you. When it's a shift, I can imagine that being a little bit more difficult of a consideration.
That's tough to. I don't know. I guess because I've never been in that space personally, so it's hard for me to even like.
A tough pill to swallow.
You said that was a tough. I thought you was going to say that was a tough pill to swallow.
I'm just saying that was tough, bro.
I was just completing the phrase for you, my guy.
Whatever you got. I leave it up to you.
Oh my God.
It's a tough pill to swallow for me. I don't know about you.
It's a tough swallow for you.
Maybe it's the easy pill to swallow for me. It's a tough swallow.
Tough swallow.
A little rough going down.
Damn.
You made it through.
I haven't had to swallow that pill
Yet.
Yeah.
It might be coming up though.
Maybe coming up.
All right. So, but we was talking about like basically stuff sounding the same, right? That person was talking about it in the context of UK drill, but I think we can say global, in a larger sense, there's a lot of just kind of standard, this is what you sound like, you know what I'm saying? This was popping kind of thing. So the question is, and he was saying that's on the people making all the music, giving it to artists, and all that stuff sound the same. And so he was blaming the producers. And so I guess that's what that's what we're talking about. Like, I feel like we could probably agree that it's some shared junk, but where do you feel like that skews more towards, like the people making the music or the artists getting on the music?
Okay, so honestly, me personally, I feel like it comes from the fact that being labeled a producer is so easy now. It comes from labeled a producer.
Okay.
The fact that everyone can make beats any day of the week, any moment. I think that's where it really comes from. And then it comes from that, and also working, the artists that are chasing the trend. So I feel like you pair those up together, because I remember it was crazy. It was one time I seen like, once the type beat and the streaming, the leasing world like really opened up. I seen a post. It was like a producer giving away like 100 beats, leasing 100 beats for like $35 or whatever. And they was, bro, I was like, what the fuck? But like, that's where we at now, because you have a lot of people who aren't necessarily passionate about this. Like, we still truly invest in what we do, but you also have a lot of people who get this stuff and a hobby turns into something for them because it's a quick dollar. They look at it that way. And some of these artists, they get on. However, you get some artists that's throwing some shit on SoundCloud and that jump in. The way I feel like the business is now, because it's all about numbers, it's all about your following and stuff like that. I feel like, so that's where the shared part comes in at, because it's so easy now. Yeah. Versus back then, I feel like if you really wanted to do music, you had to truly like put money in it. You had to really invest. Like it wasn't many home studios for the most part. Like what it was known for, you had to go to a real studio. You had to do these certain things.
Hold on. I just want to, before we go too much deeper, pause. You know what I'm saying? Midas said, I think it's partly consumers' fault.
The consumer.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
That's right.
Supply and demand.
They make the music we want.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Midas says. So.
Yeah. I super agree with that, Midas. I think it's consumer, but I think the consumer is influenced by the like quote unquote A&Rs and label heads. If we're talking about popular music, I think the brunt of this goes on the real playmakers in the music industry, and these are people that don't do shit with music. Like most of these people are niggas, you know, in suits or you know whatever. Like they're just you know it's
Golf for a living.
the suits, the quote unquote suits, the suit niggas. Like
Suits.
them. I feel like that's the brunt of it. Because if we're talking about popular music, they determine you can send all the different shit to these artists that you want, and the artist can do. Let's say you working with whoever the new drill nigga is or whatever, and so let's say he want to get off drill. I want to rap on some sample beats. All right, you send a nigga a sample pack. Y'all can do a whole album with sample creative ass shit, and this nigga label gonna be like, nah, we paid you for this. Like we signed you for this. We want this. We can do this on your, and they'll do some shit like we can do this on your second album. We can do this on your third album, and then all that shit. I feel like the label has finally caught up to like the streaming, do whatever, like the SoundCloud. SoundCloud era was a great era because you can do whatever the fuck you want, and then have to go through anybody, and you can still make you a little money. You can go get you some shows, do whatever. I think we had a point now where the labels and caught up to all of that shit, and they caught up to streaming. I definitely feel like they got the pulse on like, and they can throw money at very desperate artists to conform them into what they want them to be. And I don't like. There's no like artist development. All of this stuff is producer wise, right? But also this is the producer does do some artists. They do like creative like music development, but there is also like. Can you sit up and talk in an interview? Like, do you know how to perform? Like, there's other parts of artists. Nigga, we used to watch Making the Band, man. Diddy going crazy right now, but Making the Band was a great. Like, you used to see all the shit they went through. I used to be like, bro, this is a rap group. Why do they have what's the girl name that was teaching them how to do dance moves and shit? Like, they really had teams of artists. That's not a thing anymore. Like. They're signing whatever this sound is because the young people do say they like it. So it goes back to your point, Mike. It's like the consumer does like tell the label this is what we like, and then the label goes and like let's do 6 million of these and you know and press it out.
That's interesting.
I feel like I agree with all of that, but you know, when I was thinking about this question earlier, it just made me think about like the times where. Or the periods where I felt like music was like innovative and like, you know, interesting and different and like something out of left field. And, you know, you just think of like the classics, you know, your classic eras, basically. You think of, you know, your Dr. Dre eras, you think of your Pharrells, you think of Ye, you think of Jay Dilla. Like these are all producers that you assign these worlds to. And so it just kind of made me feel like it does skew more on like the producer with the nuance of everything we said, but just in terms of like crafting whatever the next, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do kind of think that, you know what I mean? Like the producer, they're the ones making that sonic bed. They're supposed to be the ones with the vision, you know what I mean? To see it through. And so when they also buy into all of the noise, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I do feel like it kind of skews on us, and you know, and it's not to like try to put artists and producers against each other because we're all in the same team trying to make something. But you know, like Smino, like if I think about somebody like Smino, it's like he's a breath of fresh air because Monty Booker like provided a bed, you know what I'm saying? And then an artist was brave enough to do something. But if Monty Booker assumes that Smino's however old he is, he's probably into this stuff. Let me shoot him this. I feel like I just feel like producers are kind of they're the drivers in steering culture, just based off of how I've seen producers do it in the past, like these eras that we love. You know what I mean?
But I feel that, but at the same time, I'm like we're. Like, what you're talking about, kid, is like, you're talking about an era where producers were valued as producers in that respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, this is eerily, you know, the whole dynamic between rappers and producers is eerily like how things have changed between like being 16 and being 30 in the last 20 years. right? What I mean by that is that, like, in the 90s, which is all these producers and people you're talking about, in that era, even if you was 10, you wanted to be an OG. You respected the OG because of how much you wanted to be like them. You wanted to learn. You shut up. You listened. All of that stuff, right? And so in that dynamic, the 30-year-old, he was respected and therefore the leader. You know what I'm saying? And then now you have what's happening in rap. I don't think the producers are the leaders anymore, right? So it can't be their fault if they're not the ones making the key decisions. Like they used to have those keys. They don't have those keys anymore, right? At some point, because you got to look at it. Even with hip hop, we can take it all the way back, man. Hip hop started with the DJs. The DJs were the producers, aka the DJs were the kings of hip hop. So of course, what happened in hip hop, what was dictated, what was allowed and what wasn't allowed, was by the DJs / the producers. Now it's about rappers. The rappers are the kings of all of this, right? And so as you're sitting there talking about these guys are the decision makers of the better music, I'm sitting there thinking, like, are they? Are they anymore? Right? Or are they even in this juncture, are they being punished for trying to be that? Right? Because rappers and / vocalists, they have their own vision now. And they're just picking people who are willing to go along with that vision. And not necessarily picking people who will challenge that vision. Right? So it's like there seems to be a power change here to where you can't, if we were sitting, if a kid turned out terrible or if a kid was doing wild stuff, right? We would blame the parents for the most part, right? Like, how are you doing this, blah, blah. But imagine a time where the kids ruled the household, right? Right, where the kids have more power. Where the kids have more power in the household than the parents. Can we still blame the parents?
Yeah, I mean,
socially we want to.
Yeah, I mean, we like to. So I mean, yeah, that's definitely a nuance and a perspective that like, you know, the greatest rappers, you know, sought out to get producers in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the way you got in. And now, you know what I'm saying, producers have become very disposable because you can download beats from YouTube or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and just still move on your own without having to pay or ask anybody, you know what I mean? You know, thinking about it from that perspective, I mean, you could say the engineers have kind of moved up, you know what I'm saying, closer to that role, you know what I'm saying, because they're really the gatekeepers to the artists. Because a lot of artists, I don't feel like they do, but I feel like it's not really commonplace for artists to be recording themselves in this era. It's still relying on engineers.
That's valid. Like even now when I watch interviews and I hear like producers asking like engineers and artists like, yo, how to get my beats to you, they never say send it to the producer or to the artist. They're like, yo, shoot it to the engineer. Because in a lot of situations it's just rappers putting up like, I throw some beats on. Like it's not necessarily like, yo, I got this beat from Kid Maestro or see, like it's just throw some beats on. So yeah, I definitely feel engineers have moved up in that regard. That's tough.
Yeah, I mean that's why like when you were talking about Smino, to me, you know, it's not so much. I mean, big shout out to Monty Booker. But it's not so much that Monty Booker is like saying like, yo, I'm gonna be a producer, I'm gonna produce this record and give it some. No, it's that Smino allows for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be honest, like, you know, Smino could totally just be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go deal with random. I'm choosing all my beats by myself and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. It's just that like, it's just people who understand or value what a real producer can and will do, and that might even go back to the conversation I was having last night, C-Mage, with Bart, where it's like a lot of the undervaluing of producers probably came at the hands of people who weren't capable of actually being producers, calling themselves producers, and then rappers was just like, this is a producer? I don't need this.
Fact,
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with engineers. People be like, man, I don't need no engineer. That's because the person you was dealing with is not really an engineer. He's just calling himself an engineer. A real engineer, you would be like, well, fuck, I need this nigga.
I value him.
Yeah.
Yeah, his opinion.
That's
Not,
right.
Yeah.
that
Absolutely.
makes sense.
That's right.
And I think that goes also go to with most, and I say most, but not all, but most like producers, we're very closed off. Most artists, they're the flashy. I haven't really throughout the history. I haven't seen many producers that's super flashy. It's a few here and there, but like not overall. And I definitely seen more artists like rappers and singers and stuff in that regard, especially now being that like social media is such a big thing. Your likes and even labels make decisions off of your following and stuff. I feel like that is where the power switch happened. For the most part.
Who controls the flow of attention?
Yeah, because artists will approach you on some like, I got this many following, I can get you this type. I've seen those conversations and I'm like, bro, what? But like, unfortunately, like that's a thing now.
Yeah, I mean, you see, my man RXK, he be charging producers to get on beats. That's a totally different genre.
Yeah, it's different. It's different now.
Yeah, so it's the artist's fault, basically, what y'all saying. Everything sound the same.
Yeah,
I don't think it's any. I'm gonna tell you. All right, I don't think that any one entity played an exclusive role in creating this dynamic. I think every angle of this played a part, but I do think though it all starts off with just honestly just capitalism and money. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like as the money has gotten thinner and thinner in the rap world, people are more and more likely to make what they feel like is making money. You know what I'm saying? That at the end of the day is everything. Same thing with labels. They're more likely to search for, okay, hold on.
Was making money.
We used to be making this much money.
That makes
now there's only this much money in the market. We don't have nothing to play with. We need straight hit singles that sound and feel like this versus experimentation and all this other stuff.
that makes sense. And I feel like that's why the numbers matter.
Yeah.
Your numbers guaranteeing that if we basically submit to this market, it's going to do this.
If they telling us this shit hot in Detroit right now, all right, let me get 4 of them.
Yep.
Let me get 5 of them.
Yep.
That's real.
Let me put them in the lab and
Glad said what up.
say, what do you do? Dang.
Yeah, I think that's, I was having, this kind of goes back to that conversation at my grandma's house, like with my aunt, just in that like,
What a great conversation.
yeah, just, and we were just basically discussing like kind of what you were saying, just about, it's the suits, like it's like niggas who decide like what is going to be pushed and what isn't, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, man, I felt like there's a really huge opportunity that didn't exist where you can create what is interesting. Like you can gather your own fan base and have a strong proof of concept. If investment from these suits is what you feel like you are looking for or need, like that's something you can actually create what they're looking for, which is attention, right? You can do that, on your own. And the beauty of it is with your sound. You can be like, hey, you can show, this is the new thing that's hot, and turn that tide, which I think is kind of amazing. It's very difficult not to say like I'm not going to say that. I'm not trying to say that it's like it's just. I think it's a simple concept, very nuanced and tough, and it requires a lot of learning, right, and research, and so a lot of it is like you don't even know what you don't know kind of stuff, but there is an opportunity for it. So I think that's
Glad said that. Did y'all hit the topic yet? I'm curious on how y'all feel on that. Yeah, so the topic that is on the YouTube video is not necessarily what we came here to talk about. I don't know why it set that as a topic when we went live, because I definitely changed that bitch. But one more time, LJ, what are the final topics we got? We about to hit.
Well, the last one we're about to jump on is the response.
We're talking about Cole.
Yeah, Cole, Kendrick.
Okay.
Drake, if he ever.
Yeah, so we've been talking about we started out talking about your worst producer nightmare, outside of the loss of normal bodily functions, and now we're talking about
Who's to blame?
who's to blame for everything sounding the same pretty much. It started off as, is it the producers or is it the artists? But we've kind of expanded it to like a whole ecosystem. And yeah. So yeah, that's where we're at right now.
It's the system's fault.
Oh, we got a comment. One thing I've seen and hate to see is stumbling upon an artist when they're not very well known. People catch on and then their music changes.
That's
Yeah,
man,
that's that.
there's so much of that.
That's that suit shit, right? Or that's just desperation too. Like
I think that's what it really is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's pressure.
Yeah.
It's pressure to ascend, to take advantage of this opportunity to expand and create a career. You know, yeah, it's just desperation, bro. 1000%. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's real.
Yeah, I think about that all the time. I think about the artists that, like some artists successfully change their sound, and then some change their sound, and everybody said, "Nah, fuck them." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
for real though.
You have the fan base they thought.
yeah,
Yeah, you gotta be the right person.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's it. People gotta fuck with you
Yeah,
as a person for you
that's
to
it.
switch your
Like,
That's
for
it.
real, for real.
Absolutely,
That's
that's
it.
facts.
Like, great example, Beyonce going to country. Like, people fuck with Beyonce because of Beyonce, but I don't mind the album. Just to, throw that out
Opinions
there.
on that right quick. All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
I really
But
don't
this
mind the
segue
album, but it's just, I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea, you know?
I actually haven't listened to it in full yet.
I've listened to a little too many of the songs, and
Damn.
I love you, babe.
You were actually the first person I have heard a negative review on.
And it's not a negative review. It's just like,
Nah, hold up.
yeah, because I fuck with Beyonce all day. Like, I grew up on her, but
Do you fuck with that project?
no.
Yeah,
That's a negative review.
Yeah.
Hey, no, but her statement, it goes to, which is, wow, I hate that we're in that space, but like, as soon as you say you don't fuck with somebody,
you
like,
don't fuck with
you don't
no.
fuck with me. I'm like, no,
Like,
I
it's
never
not
said
that I
that.
said, yeah. Big
I gotta
facts.
defend the fact that I still fuck with you. I just don't
Big
like this
facts.
song. Like, nah,
Big facts.
I just can't like this. You know.
yeah. Now I'm gonna listen. I did hear one song because I was listening to a playlist called Spaghetti, and when I heard it,
Where's the garlic bread?
it was one of the songs on her album. I don't know why it's called that, to be honest, but. But
What's going on right now?
I would just say,
Hold on, man. Hold on. I just want everybody to know. I'm over here chilling. I don't have nothing. I don't know what's going on right now, and I'm a part of the conversation. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm talking. I don't know what's going on. I just named the name of the song. It's just-
Spaghetti.
Yeah, it's called Spaghetti, and and I will say, I was like, I thought this was a country joint. That joint was R&B as hell. That joint was modern. Like,
Put some cheese on that shit. That's why.
Every hard country music song you ever heard was trap or R&B.
well, it
No,
didn't
big
even,
facts.
but it
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
sound like a country version of like with them elements. It sounded like this was just
Straight.
this could have been a Renaissance type joint.
Hey, Midas, when you coming on the
Yeah.
show? When you gonna be on the podcast, fam?
Nah, facts. We need.
Matter of fact, ain't you gonna be here today?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Midas, what's good, fam?
We'll
We
see.
got my man Rob McCann.
Period.
He says, "Dang, missed that part of the convo. Corporate radio owned across geographies instead of true local radio promoting local sounds seems to have been a part of so much becoming the same. That and a transition of labels that used to say, I don't need another blank. I'm looking for something new. That's real. Which is now turned into try to replicate this sales success with the formula.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nah,
I
that's
mean,
real.
that's how you get your Chingies, your Lil Zanes. That's how
Chingy.
you get all these
Lil
people.
Hurricane.
You can't tell me Chingy was not Nelly Part 2, bro. Like, come on, like.
That's
Don't stick up for him, though.
I'm just saying. That's one of those situations where it was literally the same producer. So who do you like?
Who do you blame?
Who do you blame for that?
Nah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I have no idea who to blame for that. I just know that there was a clear, like, okay, this worked, let's do it again. Like,
Yeah.
very clear.
Yeah, more artists. I mean, labels. They want their version of.
Yeah.
Just like the Hurricane Chris was a dancing version of Boosie.
Nah, I don't know.
What? I didn't know.
Hurricane
About-
Chris was bumping his ass.
Air Force Ones was Nelly, right?
Yeah, Air Force
Yeah.
One.
And then I'm thinking about right there.
Yeah, you
Dang.
Yeah, but they're the same nigga.
That's her. No,
That's
that's
the
her.
But on the on the tangent, do you remember the time we ran into Chingy?
I
and you
did.
didn't know who that nigga
I didn't know.
was?
Bro, the last time I saw Chingy,
Nobody, bro.
the last time I saw
Ask
Chingy,
that nigga what his ass
bro,
Instagram.
the last time I
That's why I
saw
fuck with
Chingy,
Kid Maestro. you will get some crazy moments in your life, man.
the last time I saw Chingy, it was probably in the Holiday Inn video or something of the
Don't
sort.
look that different. though.
And something of the sort, that man had on a long jersey with a flat brim hat. I ain't never seen this man. Bro, he had
The nigga
on like a
hasn't aged
fitted, man
a
had on a
day.
fitted long sleeve, almost Under Armour type shirt. You know what I'm saying? With the
Classy
muscles
now.
out, with glasses and a fro. And a curly, bro, I ain't never seen that version of Chingy in my
Man,
life.
you had
Bro, for his IG.
I was about to. I was about
Mine
to.
had a whole. We had a whole 30-minute conversation. I don't know. It might have been
Not
10
30
minutes.
minutes.
We had a long conversation with this nigga. Who was it? Coco. I don't think Jay was there.
Yeah, I
yet.
think it was Coco. Yeah, I think it was Coco. Yeah.
It was us, Coco, and Chingy. We just had a long ass. We eating. We getting food and shit. Talking. sit
Yeah.
down.
But we wasn't talking with Chingy. He was on the other side with like some family or whatever.
Bro, we
And-
walked over to the nigga.
No, we didn't.
We was getting food next to the
No,
nigga.
this is what happened, bro. We got food, right? Let me tell you. I remember.
No, we gotta
We
tell the story.
was at the table. We had got food, right? And then we sat down, and he was getting food, and I remember,
Coco was like, I'm finna introduce y'all to Chingy. We walk over to Chingy.
bro. I remember. Oh yeah, he did. We did this, but before that, bro. Remember this because we hadn't gotten over there yet. I was like. Cause he had kind of like looked over and like said what up, you know what I'm saying? And y'all know how these Johns go like
Trying to network.
yeah, you be like when you in your beginning network, John, like when you run out of what to say, you be like, yo, let me get your Instagram.
Really, bro?
And I was about to do that to Chingy, like, yo, what's your Instagram?
Kid asked for your IG.
And bro, we was out there trying to make opportunities, bro. It's like, bro, we out here in St. Louis, we got invited backstage to the JE concert. Like, let's make the most of it, bro. We gotta bring meat to the table. You know what I'm saying? Let's figure it out.
Ultra pause. Hey, yo, so we got a comment from Dino Starseed. I guess it's in response to your country music, Beyonce, Jet. That's because you haven't been listening to modern country. I have, and it's been taken from rap and pop heavy. That's why some of her songs don't sound country to people who don't listen to country.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Well,
think it's
So the spaghetti joint, like that's what the rest of the album sounds like. I
I'm just
heard
saying,
that. I heard that was the most different joint on there, which gave me a little bit of hope
But-
to continue to be excited to go, check it out, see what she did.
being a big fan of Gretchen Wilson and people like Carrie Underwood, I listen to good country, even like old Western country.
That's
I've heard
real
it. It's just her voice texture is not working for me singing those songs. I would have felt better if she wrote them for someone else to sing them, like produced by Beyonce instead of sang by Beyonce. But I love Beyonce because of, who she is artistically and as a woman. So I rock with her, but you can't say just because you feel like I haven't listened to country, that means that I don't consider it country music. It is country music. It's just
Well, I think that was in response to Kid Maestro's comment.
oh, what'd you say?
Kid Maestro saying it didn't sound like country.
Yeah, I heard a song called Spaghetti, and I just felt like that joint was just that joint just sounded like an R&B song. So I was like, damn, I thought this was a country album.
Yeah.
And so that made me less excited to go up here. I was like, this just some, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought she really went there like with the
Yeah.
whole situation.
Midas says country is R&B with an accent. Damn.
I thought country was the accent.
Yeah.
Like blues.
Midas says she is pulling up. That's what's up.
Period.
See what else we got. Rati says it appears that, and I think she even alluded to, this project was at least in part brought about by her performing daddy lessons at the CMAs and Dwight's losing their shit and basically saying blacks don't belong in country, which we invented.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, that was off of the Lemonade album.
Yeah. So so Rati is saying it's Beyonce's version of country.
That's a
I
whole
feel it,
different.
and I kind of thought that she was doing this when Renaissance dropped, and then I saw an interview where I think she confirmed it. I feel like she's basically trying to hit every genre and be like, niggas can exist in this, either her or black women or both. You know what I'm saying? One, I feel, but I personally feel like she's just trying to like literally take over every, like get like an accolade in every major genre of music. So I think like opera or something's about to come. So I think we're gonna get a Beyonce opera
You know
album.
what? I would actually
that would be
listen
fire,
to
though.
that because she has a very operatic
Depending on the
vibrato.
production.
Yeah.
Is she operating from a place of sincerity?
Speak on it,
You know what I mean? Because we know how opera,
Come on, bro. We know
what
how
that's
this
all
is,
about. You know what I mean? They was operating against the black folks. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all was saying something about Oprah being the
The
first.
first
the first
opera
op-
artist, bro.
He
Come on,
said
bro. Stop
that
playing with her.
Stop playing with
They just tried to make it a long O, but it's really her name is really Opera.
Opera. She was one of the ones. Go back, check the YouTube. Go listen to her shit. Come on, bro. Check the YouTube.
It's funny we was about to go into J. Cole, end up talking about Beyonce. It's wild.
Yeah, it is wild. So we got, to be fair, Beyonce said this isn't a country album. This is a Beyonce album. So we got people pulling in direct quotes from Beyonce.
They ain't trying to have it. They don't give a fuck. What you talking about?
Yeah, man. Let's get it clear. Glasshead
well then.
says Beyonce opera would go crazy.
Period.
She got to give you a bag for that insight. That's what's up.
Tell her she got to record it here. Come on, pull up.
Yeah, it sounds like a Beyonce jump with an attempt at country, says Marie.
A sprinkle of country in that
Oh, the beard.
bitch. Side of country.
I am like, country music reminds me of slavery. So I don't rock with
For real,
no country.
bro. Speak on it, bro.
I'm just keeping it all the way live. And I don't care about your history lesson about who, I don't
Who
care.
started?
I'm
They
telling
probably
you what it
started
is.
in slavery. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. It's like somebody saying like, yo, actually, cotton stand. I don't care, bro. You talking about picking cotton? I'm thinking about slavery. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, black people.
Here we go. So now somebody just provided us with the segue. That's because that Cole shit was boring. Damn. All right, Nubia.
And it was Nubia. And
Man.
it was trash
Well,
as fuck.
let's
So excited to
go
know
ahead and segue now.
what y'all
I
thought.
agree with
Let's
you.
go ahead and segue there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's interesting. We listened. So you dropped the screenshot in the group chat. I was like, oh, this nigga responded. 7 minutes. Hope this joint not 7 minutes long. You know what I'm saying? Comes on. First thing I noticed is when it's like a classic sample hype trap joint. You know what I'm saying? It was like, all right.
That's the Detroit joint.
That's like it's a Detroit beat.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, this felt like he was trying to do like a direct energy response to the future and Metro Boomin and Kendrick song, right? In terms of like the energy of the track. Okay, we listening to it. It was me, Offham, C Major, God just bumping the joint. And I want to start off by saying I do feel like J. Cole had some very, very disrespectful stingers in that joint, which I enjoyed in terms of the like
Put some witch hazel on that.
in terms of it being a response joint. He definitely like just called this man shit tragic. Man said, I remember I'm powered up. It would be like squatting a fly. That was disrespectful as hell. I fucked with that energy. You know what I'm saying? But I did fuck with that energy. The problems I had with it were, bruh, it was like he would say it and then be like, bro, I'm trying to be friends. Or he'll like pillow it by like, yo, this just a warning. You know what I'm saying? Bro, this is a full song dedicated to this joint. Nah, this not the warning shot,
ain't
bro.
into
Like,
that shit, bro.
I feel like it was like, in case this joint not hard enough, let me say, let me leave the room for the follow up, you know what I'm saying, song.
That's exactly what she
that's
said.
one of them.
That's why that shit was trash as fuck.
Yeah, I think that alone, like, it's like someone that's going to lose and be like, I'm not even going to play this for real. And they still play you. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
you know.
See, that's the thing. I feel like from what I heard, he could pick a beat. Like, he not like.
The beat went harder than his verse.
Bro, that it was the energy. Like, even, and that's the thing. Like, it doesn't really I've learned when it comes to beef or just battles in general, it's not necessarily like, yes, what you say means a lot. But I think Virgo's made a post, it's about how you say it, how you deliver it. And that's the thing with Kendrick, no matter what, he's going to give you the antics. He's going to be animated. He's going exactly, it's going to catch your attention. It becomes a quotable or something like that. Like, I'm just saying though, but like, when I heard Kendrick verse, just the initial energy, I was like, okay, bet this what we on. I listened to Cole, I was like, all right. Yeah, it didn't give me like, it was cool. He said some shit up in it, but it didn't.
I was very disappointed.
This is not your response, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, from what I heard, it felt like he was holding back, like, but not on some like. It felt like it's just like, man, I don't want to.
It felt like
he was trying to preserve a friendship, like he didn't want it to go too far.
I don't even know
shit.
if he was trying to. It felt like he didn't believe the shit that he was saying to me. Like it's specifically when he was talking about that nigga albums, he was going to do your last shit was tragic, whatever. It felt like he was just saying that shit because other niggas is saying that shit. Like Cole probably bumped them albums and fuck with that shit. I feel like that shit was just not authentic.
But then to say that though,
may try to get rid of his streams.
You was bumping this.
To say that bar, and the ones that I mean, if you know, like, especially me growing up watching the Jay-Z and Nas, like, that's a Jay-Z bar, right? But he didn't top that bar at all. He didn't, when Jay-Z said it, he had some facts behind it. It was just more dived into it.
And this shit was real. Like, Jay really did that shit.
Yeah, like,
hold on. So let me go to the comments right quick. So in the comments, my man Jacob Trunk, he says, what do people expect from a warning shot? That's number one. My man Austin Michael says, man, let me down, with a whole bunch of SMH emojis. Midas says, rap is too nice right now. Bring back rappers not mingling with other rappers. Midas also says, everybody wants to be politically correct and shit. Austin Michael comes back, the energy was light, too buddy, and the angles he chose to address was not it. You feel me?
Saying something is not it is just hilarious, bro.
It is. I agree. Yeah. Any more responses to this, Jack?
I mean, I agree, bro. Like you said, he for you to try to downplay the projects that he 9 times out of 10, because and the thing is, they did they did their own projects where they rapped on each other's beats or whatever. So I'm like, you had to feel the project enough,
bro. I really feel like, hey, he said, all right, this is a warning shot, Junt. All right, fine. You know what I mean? Like,
but did Cole really give a warning shot back though?
But that goes back to the whole shit man was saying. Like, we passed warning this nigga. Like,
that's what I'm bro.
Like
especially. But did he really come back with the beef with the way that we thought?
No, and that's why it's disappointing. Because thing is, like, for Kendrick to state it, like, and when he on his feature, he basically talked about, like, okay, you think you nice now. Like, let me see what you're about, and this is your response to that.
He let that shit.
Then for Cole to say, like, basically, I was trailing you for a certain amount of time, but now I'm finally here. Nigga, what? This is
a bum.
I mean, I rocked with that though.
Nah, bro.
Because he was saying, like, yeah, you had your shit, and now I'm in my prime. Like, now niggas want something. You know what I'm saying? And you've been. No, I definitely get the energy behind it.
Talking to him, he wasn't rapping. That wasn't rap.
Okay, hold on. Damn. Letting y'all talk is, I gotta have patience. Damn. All right. Hold on, bro. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, like, let's set the stage, right? We out here comparing this rap beef to rap beefs with real gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we expecting hit 'em up energy from two nerds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be clear. I mean, Kendrick, even with Kendrick's joint, right? What's Kendrick gonna sound like? Yeah. This is rap beef, dog. Like, we expected somebody, this is explosive as it's gonna get from these two nerds. So let's just accept that. All right, that's number one, right? Number two, man, like, I agree. Like, I think I said this and 2 tight beats ago when I was on last. I think I said, like, I'm interested to see where this goes, but at the same time, like, I don't. How do I put this, man? Like, these guys is not, Gucci and Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are like, they are literally the softest people in the game, in mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Of course, their battles are gonna be like friendly and soft. Like, neither one of them is gonna pull out some gangster shit. Like, and I think we're so used to like Jay-Z, I'm 1000% sure has bodies. So Jay-Z dissing Nas on some street shit, like, it was different, you know what I'm saying? But even if you go back to that time, right? Nas was kind of in the same place that J. Cole is in right now, right? Where it's like, the criticism of Nas was like, yeah, he was in the hood, blah, blah, blah. But he was out, at his windowsill looking at all this shit while niggas like Jay was actually out here in the streets, right? But even when you look at that, when you look at Ether, right? It's not like Nas was on Ether like, hey, yo, Jay-Z, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Nah, Nas was like, yo, you been on my style, dog. Man. You know what I'm saying? Nas was the calmest rapper of all time. You know what I'm saying? So this whole thing about like, you need to have a certain kind of battle ready. Nah, like literally top 3 biggest battles in the history of rap was Nas versus Jay-Z. And Nas defeated Jay-Z being like this. Yeah. Like, it can be about what you say. It was just about the fact that when Nas did it, Nas was not trying to remain friends with Jay-Z. He was calm as hell, but he was going at him deeply. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying? And with this Cole joint, it sounds like, yo, I really respect you, bro, but like you making me have to respond. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna call out some opinions I may have had. You know what I'm saying? But like, I want to make sure that when this is all said and done, we looking out for hip hop and we can still maybe one day put out that mixtape we did together. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm just like,
Yeah, I think that's my issue. That's my issue because I feel like they both respect each other enough to know like this is what it is. So I expected Cole to come back with just more energy on that regard. Like, you don't have to explain what you're doing, bro. Like, it's mutual respect between the two. Yeah. Like, if I'm Jordan, when Jordan he not walking to everybody on the other team like, hey, man, today I'm dropping 40 on you, but I love you. Like, it was like, hey, nigga, you here. You about to catch this. Like, this is that. It's nothing to talk about. We'll talk once the game is over with.
Yeah, Nas said that so calmly. Hold on. Somebody might have said, I'll still whip your ass. You 36 in a karate class. You Tae Bo ho. Nas said that. As fuck. Yeah, Nas said that like while sipping on a daiquiri. You know what I'm saying? Like,
fact, he was calm as hell.
Yeah, he wasn't. And he murdered. Like, it was very clear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just the back and forth. It didn't sound like he believed himself. It was like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah. And also, I'll say this too. It also sounded like, and I think that's why he chose that first beat. It also sounded like he was trying to look like he wasn't taking this that seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was trying to measure, like, how are people going to respond if I swing the sledgehammer? Let me just act like this don't really bother me, and we only talking about you because of this. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, people talking about me regardless. You know what I'm saying? It sounded like he was trying to take that kind of high road.
Yeah, he played with the flow a little bit.
Yeah.
Got like real playful.
Yeah.
When he got to the second beat, he really got like, bro.
What we talking about?
That was conductor.
Man, I don't know, bro. I felt like that was not the way you supposed to use that conductor jump, bro.
Yeah.
Because it turned to a regular song then. It was like, all right, what we
Yeah. Also, this was a whole song.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. Like, you gave this man a whole song. This is how you respond. Like,
yeah, you don't do the whole song warning shot.
And then had a hook.
like a whole song. It ain't even an interlude, bro. It's a whole song.
Then had a hook in the jam.
Like, come on, bro.
But I would, like I said, like I started off with, I do think he said some very disrespectful things, and
it was like,
and you know what I'm saying, like.
It's disrespectful
when somebody say, you know what I'm saying? And now Kendrick come back with another warning shot jump. Like,
because I feel like Kendrick got more disrespectful than Cole did.
Yeah, to me that like And I think that, I'm gonna be honest, I think that was unwarranted.
Yeah.
Which to me made it look like Kendrick thought what they were saying was the truth. Like he took it unnecessarily personal. Because, you know, I don't think how Kendrick responded, if Kendrick's response was totally at Drake with that measurement, I would have been like, okay, bet.
Yeah.
Right. So, but to come at Cole like that felt like, oh no, you feel threatened. Like you're being sensitive. Because he didn't even come at you like that. Drake did, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it was just like, nah, you feel threatened, and so you feel the need to make sure people know you got that crown. And I'm not sure if you do.
I don't know. I just know from this response, man. I hope something better comes.
Yeah.
Like
I'm excited.
I honestly don't even want to hear it no more.
like low key. If I'm Kendrick, I'm not sure.
This the end of the beef.
If I'm Kendrick, I'm not sure if this is worth responding. Like
I
a
feel
whole
this
song.
could be the end of this joint.
Yeah, like I don't feel this is worth the whole song for me to respond back to. I probably throw you like 4 bars or something like that.
Bro, I feel like this is exactly. I feel like Kendrick should hear this and be like,
Let me go, kid.
Yeah, let me just.
Let me just.
Because it's, you know, okay. This is yeah.
Yo, Ghost chimed in. Big shout out to Ghost. He said tone, man. He said
Yep.
tone and energy matters. Cole had bars, but I don't believe anything he said in that song.
Yeah.
Bro was going through the motions.
Yeah, nah, it was legit. I got an issue back. The world is
Yeah.
seeing this shit. They talking
Right.
about it. And let me quickly reply
I
and
got a
do
whole
some shit.
meme after
Well,
me, and I ain't even in the mood.
I feel that's even worse because stand true to who you are. Then don't if you really feel it, don't respond. Then let it be what it's gonna be. But like if this is going to be your response, like you should have just kept that
Nah,
shit.
he can't not respond.
Bro, Drake ain't respond yet. Shit.
Yeah, but
That's Drake.
But that's
Yeah,
Drake.
but that's what I'm
J.
saying.
Cole.
Drake not. Come on, man. We respected Drake.
Drake been throwing shots.
Man.
Drake been throwing shots because he
Man.
had the.
But that's what Drake
just
gonna
been
do.
talking,
That's
like,
what he's
yeah,
gonna do.
yeah, yeah.
Like, Drake gonna throw random shots.
Even at the show, like,
that's what he gonna do.
I try to give Cole grace because I understand Cole's never been. He's not battle tested. He's never he's never had to really step into that because he's nice with everyone. Everyone's friends with him. But it's like, bro, you can't expect you jump on a song with this is your guy. You and Cole, you and Kendrick supposed to be cool.
None of
but
them is battle tested though. Which one of those 3 people is battle tested?
I'm just saying in the sense of Kendrick and Drake. They battled.
I don't know.
They threw shots at each other.
Kendrick is a whole the whole label is
Yeah,
a bunch of monsters. I feel like coming up in that gauntlet is battle test enough. Like to
Kendrick threw.
You know how I know somebody's battle tested? Battles. I don't care how lyrically sharp you are, or how lyrically sharp your crew is. If you ain't actually out here, you know who's battle tested?
Midas.
Eminem, Midas the Beast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like these are people who don't just rap. They have gone through battles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. And like that's what I'm saying with these dudes. Like, nah, which one of these dudes is actually battle tested? Which one of these dudes can you say have actually had rounds of swinging back and forth with somebody else?
Drake.
Drake? Nah, not Drake don't count, bro. And I'm gonna tell you because Drake do it in a very petty celebrity. I need to find a way to stress
not
this
rap.
out for views.
Right.
He's not
Right.
just shooting to kill. He's shooting to make sure people keep looking at him.
Yeah.
Like it's different. Drake is about the money.
Tell him
Drake,
to push your teeth.
the battle Drake is aiming at, he's always gonna win because he's richer than everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. I feel like J. Cole had to respond because J. Cole is always toting the I'm about bars. You know what I'm saying? And,
But that's what I'm saying.
I
If
feel
that's
like
everything
Cole
that
should've
comes
just
with
said
it. So he
that.
had to
But
respond.
that's what I'm saying. If you're at that point and you telling niggas like, nigga, I own this, bro, this can't be your response. To me, like this can't be your response. If you telling people this is my game now. I'm the lyricist, and you think about it. When he started like transitioning and people start really paying attention, everything like the Benny verse when he did he killed that shit. The recipe joint with Yachty, just the tone. Like, yes, he was saying some crazy shit, but the tone of how he said it, none of that matched on this. And this is your response. Like, I didn't get any of that.
We got a response. Y'all actually think they care? I think they're just rapping and enjoying the culture.
I definitely think they care.
I think Drake does not care.
Kendrick,
I think Kendrick and Cole definitely care. Yeah.
Man,
Because Drake is actually the only one who hasn't made a song about either.
Drake's only gonna care if something affects his money.
That's right.
I think back to that Narwhal interview with J. Cole where he was like, "Yo, did you tell Dr. Dre about Kendrick?" He was like, You know what I'm saying? That man got deep rooted love for Kendrick in a way
that's-
that Kendrick can never
that's
have.
cool.
You know what I'm saying? Because that man
Facts.
felt like he helped him out and really, you know what I'm saying, helped him get into position. Like
True.
I feel
But
like
at
J.
the-
Cole,
bro.
he's having a hard time like dealing with that emotionally. I think.
I agree.
Man,
I agree.
I feel that, but my thing is just on some battle shit. If any one of us was like, let's battle, I love everyone and we all love each other, but we all gonna try to murder each other. Like it's not gonna be on some. I'm gonna play this beat, bro, but just understand.
But it's different. Well, yeah, but it would be different if we had to battle and then like, I mean, it's rap, so it's using words and
Battle rap
words.
get
You know what I'm saying? You got the say some personal shit.
Bro,
I feel like, bro, I feel like J. Cole really was holding his tempos on whether he was gonna say Kendrick's last album was tragic.
no, it does, but that's what
Like,
I'm
because he
saying.
really didn't want to disrespect him like that. It's different. This goes back to your other thing you was talking about before the jump. Like when you talk about like numbers and stuff when it come to beef, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, and even in battle rap, as the rappers, when they start talking about I sold more than you, you know what I'm saying? Like this kind of stuff, or like the accolades, I got my Grammy, all that. Like, I feel like it's easy to do that for rappers when you have to actually be like, you suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, your album was not good. That's how I feel, and I'm putting it on the record. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a different kind of emotional jump.
Yo, man, you trying to battle, bro?
That's it. Exactly what J. Cole did. Your album was trash.
I feel like he had a hard time basically saying,
But
Kendrick, he would never. He's not the person to say that.
Shit. That's why I fuck with what Asa said. Like he should have picked some other points. Pick some shit that you.
That's what I'm saying. Or just don't do it, bro.
Or man, do some cold ass rap shit, bro. That's one thing I liked about Eminem. Eminem,
Yes.
like just cold rap shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and he didn't even take that approach. That's why I'm like, it was nothing about this verse that just had me like, oh, this nigga snapped. This was a response. It was like, bro, you could have kept that shit. This is like you wrote a fucking a pen pal letter or something like, bro, you write in your diary and shit.
man, say he got two classics right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that far as to say like, nah, you should have kept that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I do feel like there are perspectives in that like, first of all, I didn't know he thought and felt. You know what I'm saying? And then secondly, like, nah, like, I think he's trying to lure out the dragon so he can slay the dragon. I think I think I told you this before, kid. I think they both know more about each other than we know they know about each other.
I can see that.
And they're both trying to figure out, all right, who's going to pour this glass first? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because they trying to somebody trying to push a T.
Absolutely. I'm 1,000% sure. They both know each other to be like, do you want me to go there? We can go there. Like,
I know Drake, bro. Kendrick is waiting, he wanted to do that to Drake so bad, bro. He was just goading this man, bro. I feel like he knew about the Quentin Miller shit like way before, and just really wanted Drake to say some shit so he can out that man.
Tylen says the streets was not bumping Mortal Man. Yeah, they wasn't, bro. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Yeah, man. Any last thoughts before the eventual Baby Keem song with subliminals from Kendrick dissing somebody else? Because this ain't never gonna be a real rap battle. So.
Yeah. I really hope Kendrick drop a song this time and not a feature.
I mean, this could very well be. I think Kendrick needs to look at this the way Nas looked at it. You know what I'm saying? Like Nas was kind of headed in a direction, and people thought he wasn't whatever anymore. You know what I'm saying? And then Jay called him out, and he came back for the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is Kendrick's opportunity to stop sounding like, a Def Comedy Jam poet and actually, a Def Poetry Jam poet, you know what I'm saying?
No, for real.
And actually say something people can, understand, feel, and rock with. And then maybe, take up some more space like he was in the beginning where nobody could really fuck with him. Now, nobody really in the commercial sphere is threatened by Kendrick Lamar because they know he's on some Erykah Badu shit. Like he's the rap version of Badu.
Yeah. which is interesting because like, yeah, I want him to basically do what J. Cole did, was to drop some crazy rap shit. I'm not saying J. Cole dropped crazy rap shit, but drop a song that's some rap shit to respond to this, and then drop a project that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Cole tried to use this and just drop an album.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if people even really bumping the album like that yet. So we'll see. It's been a
Bumping
day.
the game like that.
Yo, it's so crazy. I've been bumping the game heavy lately, bro. My chain look like collection plate.
And your chain.
Made from Missionary Baptist Church collection plate material.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
He's so funny, bro. He's so funny. He's the funniest nigga on there.
Yeah. So now I will say this. I don't think I'm just, to be honest, like I'm just happy something like this is happening. You know what I mean? Whether or not they end up being friends after this and this is all just a ploy and they drop a Big 3 album. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That would be wild. But I'm for that though.
I would be, you know what I'm saying? Like that would be good. I'm just happy like cool rap stuff is happening and people are like, all right, what did he say in the bars? Because, you know, a lot of times all you hear is, man, it don't matter what you say, is about how you sound. You know what I'm saying? It's about the melody. And it's cool just to remind that, like, no, there's people that care about what you say and like the art of rap. And I appreciate any version of this because it's just so lacking. All the other rap beefs is like, you know, did you snitch on me? You know what I'm saying? Like court cases and stuff
really
like that. Yeah. So, and I'm not really trying to see that like that. Yeah.
My man Tyler says the Big 3 album would solve world hunger.
Feed the streets.
I mean, that's it. It's the nerdiest rappers of all time feeding the streets. Man.
Yeah, that would be a hard album, bro.
It would be crazy.
It would be nice though.
And then you get them, you get like 40 T- and like DJ Dahi doing all the production.
Yeah,
That would be crazy.
That's like
Would
trying
be
to
crazy.
get Jeezy and Gucci to do an album together for the street.
Nah,
it's a bit different.
Because
That's street
that's
real.
actually the
Yeah,
street.
that's street shit. Yeah, that's street shit.
These dudes can get in the studio tomorrow and be like, yo, what's up, brother?
Right, yeah.
Gucci and Jay-Z about to have text on them. And,
Yeah, it's
nah,
different.
that's different. These dudes. None of these dudes would even swing at each other.
Nah, facts.
Big 3 on the way, y'all. You know what I mean? Speaking of which, just this had nothing really to do with the direct beef, but that 86 Centra, you know what I'm saying? The
Big
No
shout out,
Worries
Knowledge
joint.
and Anderson .Paak.
Yeah, bro. That nigga was rapping his ass off on that joint. That shit was hard.
Absolutely.
Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak is slick like one of the,
Love
man.
Anderson.
I gotta check
I
it
ain't
out.
lying.
Nah, he's slick. Man, that dude barring out. I was listening to that joint like, damn, this nigga really can rap.
Okay.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. Big 4 on the way, you know what I mean?
All right. Should we listen to some Underground AF stuff?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So for those who don't know, Underground AF is a playlist that we got in the Unapologetic World app. If you don't have it, download it right now. The Unapologetic World app is an app that is for free. It's in your app store. It's available for iOS and Android devices. And in it, we got a playlist called Underground AF Radio. Underground AF Radio is dedicated to unmixed and unmastered music, right? The whole concept comes from the fact that all of us as musicians, artists, producers, we got stuff that we will never take the time to mix. It'll never see the light of day. It'll never see Spotify. Damn, should it just rot on our hard drives? Absolutely not. It should get heard in a place where people will understand that it is unfinished, unmixed, and unmastered. Right. And that is the Underground AF Radio playlist. You can submit today and get it heard by a lot of people. All right? And with that being said, man, let me pull this up, man. Let's see what we got popping. Yes, indeed. But I'm going to give another shout out to my man, Anon, man, out in Australia, who's been submitting to this faithfully, man.
Yeah,
Every week.
Big shout out to all the international people involved, man. Like, these are, we got people all across the world downloading this app and submitting music. It's amazing, man. So it's I can't wait to hear what people are doing, what people are submitting. All right, man. What should we listen to?
That cover go hard. Let's
cover
listen
fire.
to that one.
I think we definitely got to listen to that gent lately. I think that was the pick of the week.
Yeah.
Okay, lately.
Yeah.
Which one is this?
Let's go down.
I said at the top. No, the main time. Oh, this is right. Oh, June Tao. Lately.
Juntao.
Okay, cool. Let me make sure it's the one. Okay, so it's the play button is underneath. Let me just click on this.
Web version. Look at the shout out to the web version though.
Yeah. Also, like I said, it's available for iOS and Android devices. If you have an M1 computer, you can download it on your computer, and it'll open up just like any app would.
Yeah, and if you don't have an M1, there's also a Google app, so you could download it, like download a Google Chrome joint. The icon is square, but it works just the same. So yeah.
Yep. With that being said, Junetime lately, let's see what we got. Dang. All right, hold on a second, bro. I forgot. Let's do this. Cool. Bringing it back.
I've been riding around the city lately, yeah, and I've been thinking. Trying to chase my goals, and every day, man, I've been drinking. You to run around when you're trying to see just what I'm thinking. In my thoughts, I'm sinking, call me safe. I've been riding around the city lately, yeah, and I've been thinking. Trying to chase my goals, and every day, man, I've been drinking. You to run around when you're trying to see just what I'm thinking. In my thoughts, I'm sinking, come and save me. I'm a Chirac baby. I came up in the streets, so don't you ever try to play me. When you gon' meet your maker, your God boy, your savior. I'm the type of player to say some shit to get her naked. You the type to chase her while I fuck up her makeup. And I don't need no new friends, they come around, I don't shake up. These niggas not my homies, they don't even know me. Every time they come around, they acting fake and phony. No, I cannot kick it, I keep my social distance. And whenever I come through, she knows she can't resist me. And after I lay this song down, I'm hoping you gon' listen. Cause I just pour my heart out on this straight right, I'm bleeding. New bitches, they might come around and they might catch some feelings. But they just end up switching and changing up like seasons. In my hood, I know some killers might shoot you for no reason. And they won't say a damn thing, cause in my hood, that's treason. Bro, gon' blow it off the hip, smoking what's up.
Big shout out, June Tao.
Period.
Indeed.
Seriously. You got a good voice. Fuck with that voice.
Yeah, he's got a Bobby voice. Yeah, what y'all think, man?
Yeah. I rock with that joint, man. Was that line? I always think it's interesting, like the history of like how disrespectful it be feeling when it be like, yeah, you the type of chase him. Well, I fuck up her makeup. Like, just that whole dynamic since like middle school. It's just like, bro, y'all niggas trying too hard. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, just, I don't know. We've talked about like, why is it like so uncool to be trying? You know what I mean? Like, what is it? I feel like it's just really wanting to break down just the science of things appearing easy. You know what I mean?
This man about to have a Dr. Phil jump.
How y'all feel?
It just stuck out to me like, damn. That's a real. Damn, yeah.
Yo, as soon as he said that, this man didn't hear nothing else. Why can't we try?
Why can't we try?
I want to try. I guess I'm gonna be chasing and you're gonna be messing up.
Messing up your makeup.
I just imagine somebody literally wiping like this. You know what I mean?
Now, that is, that's always a funny thing when people brag about that. Though. I do feel that. Though. It's funny. It's just something.
Look at this man trying to get that number.
Look at this.
Nah. I mean, we gonna talk about this. Let's talk about it. I feel, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I feel them from the perspective of like, I think dudes be doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in that response, then it's like, damn. It's one thing. It's like, yo, I'm interested in this woman. Let me have a conversation with her. Cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But then you have dudes who be like swimming in like cologne. You know what I'm saying? Like they trying to keep their car clean for every second and trying to do all of the like the money. Commercial, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Leah Bellamy type shit.
Exactly. And then you're doing too much. Now, for that dude, yeah, like, He's doing too much. And that dude should be clown. I'm being real. He should be clown. Like, calm down, bro. Like, why are you doing all that? Like, calm down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna provide some alternative perspective.
Johnson,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How does one learn that? Like, how do you learn when you're doing too much? You know what I mean?
We really about that?
When you obsessed, you know what I'm saying? Because now we be talking about we be obsessed with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you be doing too much when you pursuing music?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's a perspective thing. I had someone tell me I was doing too much.
I think people would be too afraid to tell me that.
It could be.
So I'm saying when you pursuing love,
But that's the thing. Is that what you pursuing? Though?
No, that's real.
that's true.
That's real.
If it's really love that you're pursuing,
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm
the
saying. You
thing.
got to challenge
I
the
guess
motives.
that's what he's saying.
If I'm looking at a woman and I'm like, yo, like, I know she the one. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Then like, all right, let
just
me
trying
swim
to-
in this cologne and make sure I've got my polo boots. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's a different conversation. Like,
Bro, what is this specific description of this dude?
That's a real.
The polo
The
boots,
polo
I'm like,
boots. My nigga from Chicago knows a real Memphis nigga before you talk about it.
hilarious.
that's what's up.
Yeah. That
Nubia
was,
says, I don't think niggas do enough.
Yeah, because every
So you
time
think niggas need to be at more cologne?
it's because this nigga's fucking up the girl you chasing makeup.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's a nigga not doing enough, fucking up
Hey.
her makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to Kid Maestro. It's the one time in my life I'm gonna say this. You know what I'm saying? You know
I'm about to clip that jump, put it in the beat.
Make a sample that shit. Shout out to Kid Maestro. Nah, but that's it though. I've said this a million times, bro. Like, dudes are not just making this shit up. Like,
Nah, facts.
you know what I'm saying?
it
Like,
working.
it works. Like, and as long as it works,
Yep.
like,
Yep.
you know, yeah, like that's the thing, man.
Oh, I got a whole nother conversation based off that, but I'll say that for later. All right, so next song, what we
What we got up next? Shout out to my man Son for inspiring such social commentary. Yeah, man. What else we
I
got?
just got so with Brian.
Soror?
do the Soror,
Toxic
yeah.
Junk?
Yeah.
Let's go. Big shout out to Soror.
She bumping as fuck.
already. That's crazy. That's exciting.
I'm giving them all 90 seconds. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Hard.
That was crazy.
Come on now.
Bruh, that was hard. And you know what? That had like such a vibe that it made me super curious on like how much different would the mixed and mastered version of that be from what we just heard? Like
Yeah.
how far off is it from like the ultimate like vision or the goal?
This shit crazy.
That was dope.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I think, like, I love it when
the people producing it. I don't know. I find that the people who are vocalists and producing at the same, they have like a unique advantage of being like point guard and power forward at the same time. And you can kind of hear that the way that it gets weaved together when you occupy both spaces. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, that was crazy. I love that. Yeah. Big shout out to Soror. Yeah. You can see more about Soror in the Unapologetic World app as she sits down to talk with Nubia Yassin about a variety of interesting things.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah. Pain and Poly. You know what I'm saying? Volume 8. All right, we got one more. Which one is it going to be?
That's
I want the face.
Huh?
I want the face.
I don't know what that means.
The white and black
Crumb
man.
Bomb.
What's his name?
Crumb Bomb.
Crumb Bomb.
Okay.
Crumb Bomb.
Misty Morning.
Come on.
All right. This is Crumb
Oh,
Bomb.
it's knitted. That's so dope.
Misty Morning.
You're a crumb creep.
Yes, sir.
Period.
Bro,
That was Crumb Bomb Misty Morning.
Come
Available
on.
on the Unapologetic World app, Underground AF Radio playlist. Big shout out to everybody submitting. Like we've shouted out before, but I'll say it again. Like it takes a certain level of vulnerability to say like, all right, everyone, it's okay to listen to my unfinished, unmixed, unmastered creation. And so it's always a huge thank you to the people who choose to opt in and play a part in that community, for sure. Yeah, I feel like it's time for me to drop something in there too, as I have 16 trillion songs that no one's ever heard before. So I might have to drop something in there. Yeah. On that note, man, any last comments, last thoughts? No.
Nigga bum.
Bum.
I really like that.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. I really like that. It's
really
just
like that.
That's where we at today, bro. Rap beat. I really like that. That's rap beat. All right, bro.
bro, we sit here quoting that junk though, bro.
I'm laughing at it. I don't know. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I'm laughing at it.
But no, nigga, it's just me was one of the ones. Nigga. I felt that one.
It's just big me.
Nigga, boom.
Nigga bum. And then the DC jump where he knocked the Sunny Greens, bro.
Yo.
Yeah, Kendrick won, bro.
So it's by default.
Off the feature.
Rap
junk?
beef is at an all-time low, bro. All-time low.
That's why we need Drake in the game, bro. Drake
What did you say?
All-time low.
Jarake. G-Rake.
Drake.
What a hoe.
Drake. And on that note,
Jay.
this has been another episode of Type Beat at an unapologetic studio named Outer Space. My name is I Make Mad Beats. I'm your host and my cast, as always.
LJ1S.
C major.
Unique, period.
Sunglasses Kid.
Sunglasses Kid. And on that note, man, y'all stay safe, stay dangerous, do neither, do both. Peace.
Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again.